Hi everyone, I'm David and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be comparing Altura EC versus Lumina Grand EC, the two latest EC launches in Bukit Batok. And in this video, I'll be answering the frequently asked question. Number 1, will Lumina Grand be priced cheaper than Altura as CDL bought the land at a cheaper price? And number 2, which is better, Altura or Lumina Grand? And third, what are the upcoming ECs if you were to miss out on both of them? And if you are looking at Lumina Grand, you definitely would have heard of Altura as well, as they are just right beside each other. Both of them are situated in Bukit Batok, along Bukit Batok Avenue 8 and Avenue 5 respectively. Altura is here, flanked by the blue barricades, and Lumina Grand is on the right, surrounded by the green barricades over here. I've also done up quite a comprehensive review of the pros and cons of Altura EC, and more importantly, the exit strategy, which I think will be helpful if you are keen on Lumina Grand, since they are both situated in the same location. And if you would like to watch the video, click on the link in the corner here. So Lumina Grand will be developed by the renowned developer CDL, and this is taken at the construction site. There will be 2 blocks of 12 stories and 8 blocks of 13 stories, total 512 units. And my favorite, the basement car park, which is super convenient as it potentially links to all the blocks. Not sure why the previous EC developed by CDL at Copen Grand unfortunately only have the multi-story car park tucked at one corner. It also comes with your standard facilities like your tennis court, your pool, clubhouse, and many more. The estimated TOP is in the third quarter of 2027. So before I go into my review, and if you would like to check out the basic project information such as the price, the site plan, and the floor plan, I will leave a link in the description below for you guys to check it out. Okay, so to address the elephant in the room first, will Lumina Grand sell cheaper than Altura? You would have known by now that Altura sold 61% of the units on 5th of August, which is on the launch day, and hit a record high average price of 1433 PSF. The EC was also 88% sold at an average price of 1470 PSF when the second timer floodgate was opened on 16th of September. To date, only 30 plus units are available for sale. So back in March 2022, Qingjian and Santari bought the land to develop Altura at 662 PSF PPR, which was the highest at that point in time. Then in September 2022, CDL emerged with a top bid to develop Lumina Grand at 626 PSF PPR, which is about 5% cheaper than the land at Altura. So a lot of clients ask me, hey, will CDL undercut so that they can sell all the units? The answer is, I don't know. But we can always make an educated guess whether CDL will do so. So to give an analogy using bubble tea, seller A is selling at about $5 and is almost sold out. Another seller, we call him seller B, comes along and somehow can produce the same exact bubble tea but at a lower cost. So remember this, both sellers have limited bubble tea to sell. And Economics 101, do you think seller B, with the main aim of profit maximization, will sell his bubble tea cheaper knowing that seller A is almost sold out? So a very similar example I can think of is City Life and Tampines Trillion. Both of them are ECs in Tampines and just side by side. And you can see that City Life was bidded later in 2012 versus Trillion in 2011 at around 5% cheaper, 373 PSF PPR versus 392 PSF PPR over here. Fast forward, you look at the price trend over here, the eventual launch day pricing for these two projects was pretty similar, even though they bought it at a different price. I've also plotted a second chart to show the correlation between EC land bid prices and the eventual selling price. The blue bars over here are the past EC land bid prices, and the line here is the PSF sold at launch day. Of course, these ECs are not exactly in the same location, so the pricing will be slightly different, but at least they're all located in the OCR region. You get the gist. You'll notice over here in 2019, the land bid price actually fell from the land at Park Central to Provence and to Park Greenwich. But check out the selling price. Selling price dipped a little from Park Central to Provence, but went straight back up, even though the land cost for Park Greenwich is the cheapest. It is also worth noting that while the land cost at North Gaia is slightly cheaper than at Park Central, the eventual selling price was much higher at North Gaia. So back to these two land plots, will Lumina Grand sell cheaper than Altura? And based on the two charts I've shown, we can tell that the land cost does not always equate to the final selling price. It depends not only on the date of land purchase, but also very much on the market sentiments at the point of sale. But one thing is more certain, the selling price has been trending upwards, and I think you should be able to make an educated guess yourself as to whether Lumina Grand will sell cheaper. And secondly, a lot of clients also ask me, hey David, Altura and Lumina Grand, which one is better? Honestly, not much difference. Both are ECs in the same location in Bukit Batok. The most obvious difference is the developer. There are many different kinds of people out there, and there are just a few people who just want to buy from a branded developer. I've also heard of people who just prefer Lumina Grand as they feel that CDL is a better developer. And to give you some form of assurance, BCA has come up with a new conquest banding system to rate the developers. And BCA has given both Qingjian and CDL a Band 1 rating, which is the best rating a developer can get. So not to worry, both are good developers. But if you are still not convinced, you can visit the ECs developed by Qingjian, the most recent one that just MOP in Canberra, Visionaire. Then you can go right beside to Brownstone, which is developed by CDL, and assess for yourself whether there's indeed any material difference. And in terms of price performance, this is the price trends and the profit owners from these two developments make. You notice there isn't honestly any much difference. Next, Lumina Grand has a larger land size and has more units, but in terms of how dense the development is, both are almost the same as well. In terms of TOP key collection date, almost the same too, both in 2027. And if there is one thing which I think is hard to beat, is Altura's layout. And this is Altura's e-brochure. Currently, the e-brochure for Lumina Grand has not been released yet. And if you are keen to have first-hand info on it, do click on the link in the description below and I'll send it over once I have more information. So here is Altura's site plan. You'll immediately notice that they are all point blocks, meaning only 4 units per block. So instead of having a long common corridor with people walking past all the time, this gives you definitely more privacy. And if you look at the floor plan, very fantastic design over here. Usually in the market, when you have a 3+ study, it'll be around 1,100 square foot, and with record high prices at easily 2,000 PSF. With every increase in 1 square feet, you are easily paying more than $2,000. And for Altura, it comes with the features of a premium unit, but at a compact pricing because developer managed to squeeze in all the nice premium features at just below 1,000 square feet. You get your 3 proper bedrooms here. The common bedrooms can fit in a queen-size bed. You have the enclosed kitchen, your yard, your small WC, and even a bomb shelter. And what I like is that typically the corridor here will be very dark, but with this layout, there is a window at the study area which brightens up the walkway. So at a 980 or 990 square feet for their 3+ study, you can buy at a more palatable price without compromising on the functionality. So I think CDL has a tall order to fill in terms of the design of the layout. And to summarize, what I told my clients is that branded developer is good, but if you're okay with the area and understand the upside of EC, why not go ahead with Altura first? Why deprive yourself of the chance at Altura just to go and try your luck at balloting for Lumina? And if you don't manage to get a unit at Lumina, then how? Most of the better units at Altura would have been gone. And based on the past sales performance of ECs, it isn't a matter of whether you want to get it or not. It is more of whether we can even get a unit, because ECs are always oversubscribed. So my advice is, there are still good and available units at Altura. And if you wish to have the list of available units, do drop me a message at my number below and I'll be more than happy to send it over. And this brings me to the last point which I would like to talk about in this video. What are the future ECs in the pipeline for you to consider? So after Lumina Grand, we then have these 2 sites at Plantation Close. These 2 sites are near to the Tengah Park and Bukit Batok West Jurong Regional Line. And do note that the MRT track is not underground and will run beside the development. Also, these 2 sites face the busy Bukit Batok Road and very near to the PIE. This is also next to the worship site as well. This site has been awarded, estimated launch in late 2024 or early 2025, but this site has not been awarded yet. Next, we have the one at Tampines, right beside Tenet. This will be beside the upcoming Tampines North MRT. However, do note that this will be beside TPE and beside this utility, which should be used to power the MRT. The estimated launch date will be early 2025. Next is the one at Senja Close, no MRT and near to KJE, and also next to worship site. This site has not been awarded yet. And finally, you have this one at Tampines Street 95, short walk to Tampines West MRT, and probably a polyclinic and worship site beside. This site has also not been awarded yet. So I leave it to you guys to decide whether should you miss out on Altura and Lumina. Are there better ECs in the future in a better location that will meet your requirements? And number 2, can you at least wait till 2025 for the next EC to launch? And if you'd like to be updated on the future EC launches, click on the link in the description below and I'll be happy to share them with you whenever I have more information. Anyway, Lumina Grand will be available for preview on the 12th to 22nd Jan next year. If you are keen to visit the show flat or have any questions on EC in general, like whether the normal payment scheme or deferred payment scheme is more suitable for you, do drop me a text and we can discuss further. So that's all for today. I'll be doing a more comprehensive review of Lumina Grand once the site plan and floor plan are out. Do remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you would like to be updated on the next review. See you in the next one. Goodbye.